set, and away they go. Got them away to a decent start over there for them. Can, Wishonair. It's all about the pace as Wishonair goes to set it in the early stages. Highgrove's on the outside. Esparza's looking to go on with things. Along the inside is the favourite, the Jocelyn Tree. Gives that lead a 3-length start. Can's demoted back into 5th now, with Bat Orchid and Carry Me, Carry and Mount of Olives, the trailer. There's about 8 lengths covering the field now as they run down to the 2,000-metre marker. And out in front is Wishonair. Wishonair leads from Esparza, who's gone up to its girth in 2nd. The Jocelyn Trees away in 3rd, and Highgrove back in 4th. Then came Can and Bat Orchid. They're about 6 lengths off the leader with Carry Me, Carry. And Mount of Olives is the trailer now as they went away to the mile start. And Wishonair led it with Esparza. There's not much between them. The Jocelyn Tree is 3rd. Highgrove is racing 2-3 off the fence in 4th position. Then came Can, the luminous colours on the rail. With Bat Orchids, they're only 4 lengths off the leader. Carry Me, Carry is further back. And Mount of Olives brings up the rear. It's dropped about 9 lengths off them now, as they head down around the side of the track with about 1,200 metres to go. And Esparza's gone on from Wishonair now. Esparza by a length from Wishonair and Highgrove. The favourite, the Jocelyn Tree, is held together back in 4th, is racing about 2.5 lengths off the leader. 1.5 lengths back to Bat Orchid and Can. Carry Me, Carry 2nd to last, and Mount of Olives has to make up some 8 or 9 lengths. Homeward bound they come now. 900 to go, and Esparza led from Highgrove along the inside. Wishonair tracking their every move. The Jocelyn Tree just 2 lengths off the leader. Can is further back with Carry Me, Carry's improved on the rail. Then Bat Orchid and Mount of Olives has got a mountain to climb. Coming down to the last 600 metres now, and between runners is Esparza and Wishonair, and down the outside the Jocelyn Tree has asked for an effort, quickens up really well under the hands here. Further back to Highgrove, Carry Me, Carries under the pump along the inside, and then Bat Orchid, and a long way back to Mount of Olives and Can now as they head on down to the final 300 metres. The jockey's now hard at work at the Jocelyn Tree, leads it a length. Wishonair tries hard back in 2nd. The rest are going for place money here, but the Jocelyn Tree has now put up a commanding advantage from Wishonair, led by 2.5 lengths, and the Jocelyn Tree is home by nearly 3. Wishonair, Carry Me, Carry, Esparza, Bat Orchid, Highgrove, Can, and Mount of Olives. Well, Joe Gringriza was very confident in his interview earlier on. He said he'd win with the Jocelyn Tree in the colours of IAA Racing Syndicate and nominee Mr. Reid. This was bred by Mr. Reid out of the Victory Moonmare Sweet Escape. The daughter of Kildone is eventually got the maiden certificate in her bag. She's won in her 15th start. She went to the front, looked like she was going to win by half the racecourse, but Joe did have to get to work on her that last bit, that last 300 metres. Wishonair stayed up along her inside and runs a good enough race in 2nd for Sam Messier. So it's going to be the Jocelyn Tree by 3. That rhymes. 2nd placing went to Wishonair. Then there's about 4.5 lengths back to Carry Me, Carry, who was under pressure halfway up the straight. Esparza's finished 4th, and then Bat Orchid back in 5th position. They're followed by Highgrove in 6th, then Can and Mount of Olives.
This afternoon, and if you listened up a bit earlier on, Joe Gringriza did make this one of the better ones of the day. Well done to Gary Alexander, of course, to Dean Alexander, the IAA Racing Syndicate. Good to have Mr. Reid on course this afternoon, and a lovely win. Well done, Joe. You told us a bit earlier on after you rode towards the sun that this was your next best, and it looked to be smooth sailing. You moved up nicely, and she wrapped it up nicely, so well done.
Yeah, she was moving very nice, you know. Mr. Gary, she just leave everything to me. I was sitting there, or what the guy's pace is doing. Then I just sit nicely. She was moving nicely. She was the right horse in the race card. So I said, thank you to Mr. Gary Alexander to support me. Thank you very much. Thank you for the honors here. Thank you very much.
Joe, you've made a lot of people happy this afternoon. Never easy coming here with the pressure of having favourites. I've just got one question to ask you. That horse of Mr. Terry's in the last, the 15 horse, got a chance?
I got place chance.
Okay, lovely. Yeah. Thank you very much, Joe. Well done.
Thank you.
Lovely. Well done to Joe Gringriza. Well done to you, Mr. Alexander. Obviously, she looked to be the right type in this field. I mean, it wasn't the strongest. We say that with respect to everybody, but she won well.
Yeah, she did. She's only starting to mature and get a bit stronger now, and of course she stays very well. So, and of course, well handled by Joe. He's a top work rider, And I've got to thank Alfie Reid. We go back a long, long way to Silver Sliver days when Silver Sliver won the SA Derby. So it was nice to have another win after all these years.
And now, where to from now? Obviously, you have to see how she pulls up. But over these marathon journeys, you don't have to have too much ability. She could pick up another one along the way.
Yeah, I think the way she won today, she stays well, and that's half the battle. You know, there's not too many good stars out there. And I think in those merit-rated 68, 72 fillies, she's got to be competitive.
Should have known when you came all this way for one runner. Lunch is on you. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
Lovely stuff. Well done, Mr. Alexander. Good to have you on track. Come in, Mr. Reid. Good to have you on course. Of course, syndicate racing is always fun racing. And she's won nicely today.
Yes, we are not surprised. Gary and Dean said we must persevere because I wanted to call it a day a couple of months ago. So we're grateful. We're grateful to the jockey Joe, again to Gary and Dean, and to Doc Williams that stayed in the syndicate as well. So we're grateful. Thank you.
Well, you obviously go back in racing a long time. Just listen now, Silver Slither days, certainly way before I was even born. But good to have you at the track and good to see that you share that passion in racing.
Yeah, I don't quite agree with you that you were born before 2000. Okay.
Yeah. Not as far as then.
No,
not as far.
Yeah, good days, happy days, and I haven't been here for a long time.
Lovely stuff. Good to have you here, Mr. Reid, and you continue doing that, and hopefully we'll chat to you again shortly.
We hope so too. Thank you very much.
Well done. Good to have the guys on course. Well done to the Mr. Alexander brothers. Certainly top class. Had the privilege of being with them before, and they certainly know what they're doing. They're out of the top draw as trainers, and they deserve more horses. Certainly the right horse in the race, the Jocelyn Tree, and the guys have got the money. Well done to Joe Gwengwiza. Top ride from him as well, and I don't think she'll stop here, the daughter of Kildone. And certainly a good way for punters to open up jackpot 2, and even for the exotics. If you took the chance and bank at this, well, go and stand in the queue, or maybe not just yet if it's a pick 6 or a PA, but if that wraps up your multiples for the day, well done. I'll chat to you again for race number 6.